I'm Debra Lee Baldwin with Linda Bresler of Living Designs by Linda, at a gorgeous garden that she's done in Poway, California. She's a garden designer who specializes in dry climate gardens and plants, a lot of succulents, but also drought-tolerant companion plants. Linda, it is just stunning.
Well, thank you. This garden's about 4 to 5 years old. The homeowners asked me to do something with a narrow side area of a house. There was dirt where there used to be grass, a concrete mow strip, and some dead roses. So I just had such a fun time creating a dry stream bed and adding all different kinds of succulents. I sometimes mix other plants. It had to be low water, low maintenance, no fertilizer, and things that bloom and have color year-round. Just tried to mix colors and textures and heights, and it gets very little frost because otherwise some of the jade plants would have totally melted. They do mature, but with some work occasionally from a gardener who knows what they're doing, they're kept in check.
So what's the secret of installing a dry creek bed like this?
Mexican river pebbles of different sizes, and the boulders should also be rounded. Everything should be in a similar color scheme. I usually start from a more narrow point, and then I sort of create a very gentle swale. It widens out at the other end, and it just creates a foil for all the plants. And the plants are mounded on each side to create the riverbanks.
So functionality of it, it's a pathway into the garden?
Yes, perfect way to disguise the walkway, which wouldn't be used very frequently, would be to create a dry stream bed, which has a lot of interest in its own right, but serves double duty. Succulents do not like wet feet, so the water during a heavy downpour will just go into the dry stream bed. I like to juxtapose the textures, the colors, the heights, taller and lower, and I use plants that bloom in the summer and in the winter, and every day of the year there is something blooming and something colorful. After they look spent, we cut down the stalk and the whole cycle begins again the next year. It's Kalanchoe longiflora.
Yeah,
and that means long flower in Latin. And in the winter, for again 2 months, it sends up a spray of tall yellow flowers, and it's in the middle of the display. And then when they're done, you just cut off the stalk, and again it repeats itself. Aloe cameronii is the one with the orange flowers. It's called a red starfish aloe. If it didn't get as much water, if it was really stressed and had full sun, you wouldn't see any green. See, this deep red, the whole leaf would be a deep red, but it gets partial shade from the jacaranda tree, Sedum nussbaumerianum, and if you wanted more orange, there's the firestorm sedum, but I like the yellow, and the more sun it gets, the more coppery and gold it becomes. It's a nice counterpoint to greens and reds and grays. It's Kalanchoe fed Shenkoi variegata, no common name. In the leaves is a bit of cream and pink. Every winter, the show is on for 2 months, and then what you do is you just prune down the flower stalk, and it happens again the next winter. This plant will grow in the sun or the shade, beautiful, and when other things are not blooming in the landscape, it's dependable. A lot of plants coexist, and we're talking succulents with ground covers, shrubs, trees. There are a lot of drought-tolerant plants, and if you have a large area to cover, it's sort of nice to have a mounded area with just succulents, but then other plants around it. The strelitzia, the bird of paradise. I like grevilleas. Some of them bloom every single day of the year, and they come in all heights and colors. There are a lot of different options.